Okay. All right. If you've made it this far, thank you for tuning in to Never Over Live, your number one source for live viewing parties of each and every WWE pay-per-view. We give you instant analysis and reactions of those pay-per-views. I'm Dawson. This is Benjamin. That's our never over
Your reigning never
world
over
champion.
World champion.
Brad. Yep. This is the post show for Survivor Series. Just ended. 6 matches. We'll I think I'll just quickly rhyme off the winners here, and then we'll discuss them a little bit, what the matches are like, and then we'll close things out. So tonight for the pay-per-view, we had things start off with the women's 5v5 tag match, where Raw came out on top. I believe Charlotte and Bayley were the sole survivors for that match. Once that finished up, we went to The Miz versus Sami Zayn, where The Miz won. He was in submission hold. What was it? I can't recall what submission hold Sami Zayn had locked in on him. But Maurice rung the bell. Sami thought he won, stood up. The Miz then rolled him up, got the count, retained the title. IC title stays on SmackDown. After that match, we had the Tag Team 5v5 Tag Team match. Tag Team. Team Raw picked up the win there. Yeah. The sole survivors were Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yeah. Against the Usos.
Yeah, that was a great little...
New Day were the first eliminated.
Great little finish there. After that match, we had the Brian Kendrick versus Kalisto, where the Brian Kendrick picked up the win via DQ because Baron Corbin got involved. Yeah. He hit the Brian Kendrick and then went and squashed Kalisto. So because he hit Brian Kendrick first, Brian Kendrick got the DQ win. So the Cruiserweights oddly stay on Raw. It's kind of weird.
Going live right after SmackDown.
Yeah, not sure what the deal is there. After that, we had the men 5v5 tag match where the SmackDown tag team picked up the W over Raw. The Wyatt family, Bray, Randy, and then Luke Harper, who wasn't in the match, showed up and were able to pump Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, picking up a great storyline win where Benjamin was on a high, but that high, like life, quickly comes crashing and tumbling down because the mega match, Fantasy Warfare, becomes reality. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg was over in about 45 seconds when Goldberg hit Brock with 2 spears, a jackhammer, and it was lights out. And that was Survivor Series. Put it in like a 45-second perspective. Yeah. That was it. So, if we want to start from the beginning and quickly talk about what we thought about the women's tag, what do we think about that? If we can recall, it was quite a few. It was a few hours ago. Yeah. So I know we're kind of still you could see that 1,000-mile stare. You're still shelled about Goldberg Lesnar, but the women's tag match with Raw, Charlotte and Bayley picked up the win. They finished that match off
against
with Becky, yes.
It's a good match. Expecting, I would have liked to see Nia Jax kind of just end up squashing most of SmackDown.
Yeah, would have been nice to see.
Like, all predictions aside, I think Nia Jax could have benefited a lot from further. She had some great spots. Yeah, really proved herself to be a monstress, as I like to call her.
Monstress, nice.
But no, I think that it could have been a real showcase for her. Kind of like the way we got a real showcase, a very big showcase for Braun in the men's match. But we'll talk about that when we get to it. But I think it was a really good match. It exceeded my expectations because I anticipated one of the 3 Survivor Series elimination matches to be a quick comedy blow through, super fast match. And all 3 of them had some fat to them.
They started, besides the men, the women and the tag team both cut the fat away pretty quick, and then moved to business and had some business come down the stretch. I found the women's was probably kind of consistent the way they eliminated people. So it got a good flow, good start to the show there. I found it was a decent start. Kind of with Charlotte and Bayley last left in the ring, it was able to set up with Charlotte running over Bayley and then setting up that feud. So after that, then we moved to The Miz and Sami Zayn. Put on a decent match.
It was a good match.
It was an alright match.
You can tell they're not used to one another. You can tell there was certainly not as much chemistry as, say, The Miz and Dolph have.
Miz worked the legs pretty good, so Sammy couldn't really get any momentum going up until Sammy built little bit of momentum in the end, was able then to apply a submission hold. Again, Maurice then rang the bell. Sammy thought he won. Ref was like, no. The Miz rolled him up, picked up the cheeky win, but I guess it was clean, kind of.
Yeah, I think he had the tights.
Oh, maybe? Yeah?
I think he had the tights on the roll-up.
So, but The Miz retained, again, just as he was going along, he kept spitting off to Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just building towards WrestleMania 33 when everything explodes there. So, yeah, that was...
could you imagine?
It was a pretty decent match. After that, we had the tag team 5v5 tag team match. Quickly had Breezango eliminated. Then we had New Day
eliminated.
Immediately eliminated. We dwindled down then pretty quick.
Not hard to tell that New Day is fast approaching their tag team championship record.
Yeah.
Because now they're eating losses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Getting a lot of losses. Some foreshadowing. Sheamus and Cesaro seem to be picking up quite a number of wins. Something that surprised me out of that match, American Alpha. Went out real quick. Yeah. Didn't agree with that. Didn't like that.
The Usos were the team for SmackDown.
But I liked that. The Usos looked good against Sheamus and Cesaro.
As they have been. Anyway, the Usos have looked really good since they've turned heel.
After they lost the whole paint thing, they've shored up a bit and they've looked quite good. Mm-hmm. So then we went to the Brian Kendrick match with Kalisto. Brian Kendrick was able to retain.
Everybody expected Kalisto to win in some capacity to move the brand and the Cruiserweight division to Tuesdays, just because 205 Live is going to be on Tuesdays starting. Not this week, but next. I think it could have been a Baron Corbin botch. Maybe he wasn't supposed to hit Brian Kendrick. Maybe it's just a wrong place, wrong time. And I think maybe you'll see a rematch with the stipulation added on Monday.
If there's something tomorrow about it, then I definitely think
I think they'll find a way to get the brand on the Tuesday night show because it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it felt like it was a bit of a botch too. When it happened right away, I was like, boom, there it is. There's the DQ that we expected. Then once the dust settled, because I was a little bit confused.
There was a long wait in between the ref calling
the winner.
And I feel like he just had to do what Vince probably was saying, just call Brian the winner because it's too blatant.
Yeah. But for me, this match had the spot of the night where Kalisto...
The backflip on the
Selena Del Sol on the
outside?
Pavement.
Yeah. I misnamed that move. The Selena Del Sol is where he goes off the turnbuckle and comes... Yeah, but it was like a flipping
backflip
DDT off the apron onto the floor outside the ring.
Yeah.
It was
a really good spot.
Yeah, it was
dangerous.
Yeah. After that match, we then went to the men's 5v5 tag match that saw SmackDown Bray Wyatt and company picking up the win. That match probably closed in on an hour, all said and done.
Yeah.
Was, in my opinion, excellent match.
Yeah, very, very good match all around. And we saw a great finish with Bray and Randy picking up the win. Yeah. Randy taking a bullet for Bray.
Eating a
spear, quick Sister Abigail.
For the 1-2-3 on Roman. Just when you think do you think they might give it to Roman because they've always been giving it to Roman? They go ahead and they really double down on the fictional gimmick that they're pushing with the Wyatt family. Really encouraging to see.
Randy eating that spear was great.
Yeah.
That was
important. Even if the Wyatts had lost, him eating that spear, I think, really drove their story ahead. But
keeping Bray, protecting Bray at all costs, that kind of thing.
Two more stories that came out of the 5v5 match. First, Shane McMahon ate a devastating spear from Roman Reigns off of coast to coast, in which Shane hit the back of his head
super hard.
Very hard.
Concussed right away.
Concussed right away. It was a scary spot. You can see it on the network. It was.
I'm surprised they got zoomed. They zoomed in on him as close as they did.
Because I don't. You can't tell what that is right away. They probably just shot it.
I think they shot it like it was supposed to, and it was some.
They never went back to it. They never went back to a replay on that.
No.
They never went back to a replay, and there was never an update.
I think Shane was supposed to kick out. The ref then tried to explain it away with the shoulder up, like, oh no, he's gone, and then it was like, no, he's seriously hurt.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, he's gone. And I think they had to improv a little bit.
Yeah,
but
they had to shoot it. I think they talked it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of interesting.
And the other story was
Dean screwing over
AJ Horde by reuniting with the Shield and doing a triple power bomb with the Shield members through the announcer table.
And
Braun Strowman looked good.
And then when the developmental security guys came out to get Dean, Roman and Seth stopped attacking AJ and went and attacked all the security guards to help Dean out.
I really liked that spot. I thought it was cool. The Shield was one of the best things, the best piece of storytelling the WWE's had. They've desperately missing that kind of storytelling. I think we're finally getting around to something like that again with the Wyatt family. But to see the Shield reunite like that, it was good. It was great to see. I loved the spot. It was good. I really liked it. Braun looked really strong. But then Ellsworth,
it's a belt.
Cheeky little grabbed him, held his feet down.
Yeah.
Ellsworth was under the ring, held his feet.
Yeah.
Braun got counted out that way, so then he didn't get pinned, but he looked really strong, which is great.
I don't want to let the stupid James just show that off first, just to prove that is a belt he's got there.
This is our
upside down.
Oh, upside down.
Jeez.
This is our championship belt for Never Over. You win it. You win. We share, the winner gets the belt based on correct prediction calling. Brad retained his championship tonight, so that's his. But
Braun looks strong.
I don't want to let the Ellsworth meme absolutely trash. He signed he officially signed a contract. He's announced on Friday night, not doing indie bookings.
Not doing indie stuff anymore.
Wow.
So he's a full-time WWE performer now. Anyway,
so it's trash, but we're gonna keep seeing it. Gonna keep getting shoved down our throats.
I don't want to let that detract from the fact that Braun had a phenomenal 5v5 tag match.
I think
the
fate of James Ellsworth is going to be a Spike Dudley fate.
It's in his hands, really. It's in his stupid little hands.
I think he's just going to be a guy that gets tossed around and put through tables and
maybe.
Unless he goes to the cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
Also, we saw KO destroy the list.
He got DQ'd that way. Jericho then was kind of rattled. Because
Kevin Owens used the list.
Yeah.
He used the physical list and hit
I think
Randy Orton with it.
Yeah.
And then it DQ'd KO. And the list was in shambles, and Jericho was shelled by it. Randy hit an RKO.
Yeah.
And the list was no more.
Then
so
Randy ripped some pages of the list.
So we're gonna have some fallout from that tomorrow night, no doubt.
But it was good. It was all in all, that men's 5v5 tag lived up to the potential that I was hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That I was, they had a lot of talent there, and they executed, I think, pretty much as you would expect. The big storyline, though, you can't ignore it, is the Wyatt family finally getting that push.
Yeah, the double
down. Finally moving on, moving them up, moving Bray. Maybe, like you said it, maybe Dean gets tossed from TLC. They're like, you're gone. You screwed the whole thing.
You
get him out, and it's like, Bray saved the day. Bray's in. Dean, you're out. Dean's like, screw this. Pieces to Raw. They put the Shield back together. So then Dean and Roman. Well, Dean's already popular. He's over with the crowd, but it'll make Roman relevant.
Yeah. Well, Roman's got the U.S. belt still.
You think he'll get fired since he was the last one in the ring?
Well, apparently they're all supposed to get fired.
That's true.
So
yeah.
Steph will decide she wants to be a heel tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But where the hell is Triple H?
Yeah. That's done. I try to say that's dead. That is dead. Like the streak being over and Brock being squashed. The Triple H storyline stuff, dead.
I'm gonna say it's probably dead, or they're doing something really weird and they're just trying to like not mention it until like the Rumble or something.
No,
I don't know. It's really weird.
it's not a thing anymore. That's what it is. It's not a thing anymore. The Triple H storyline putting over Kevin Owens, that's gone. Like, unless they're playing super long game and they have a huge angle to work and it's like, oh, whoa, all of this clicks now. Wow, this was really clever. It doesn't matter, which I don't think they're working. They don't have a great... They can barely put together decent storylines as it is. Like globally, the storylines are trash. The only good one right now is the Wyatt family. There's no way they're working long term on a big angle with Triple H. So I don't think there's any relevance. I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Not yet. Let's say they're saving it. They're trying to cool on it.
Don't see it. Finally, then the mega match, Fantasy Warfare, becomes reality. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. It lasted, let's see. It started at about 10:20 Eastern Time, and I think was over at, let's see, they had about 40 minutes left for the pay-per-view. It started at 10:20 Eastern. It was over at 10:25 Eastern, if I'm entrances included, and then celebrating. Yeah, it was pretty much over in 5 minutes. Goldberg squashed puny little Brock Lesnar. 2 spears, 1 jackhammer, lights out. That was it. That was the pay-per-view of Survivor Series.
There was a lot of talk, shade throwing, chance of Oldberg tonight, calling me delusional.
I didn't think they'd actually do it, and that's the best part.
That Goldberg was going to win.
That's what I love about us doing the predictions, that if we're wrong, like Brock Lesnar picking Brock Lesnar, because we're wrong, it's a swerve, especially this one, massive swerve from what everybody thought. Everybody across the board had Brock Lesnar pretty much, and then he got squashed.
Yeah.
Wow, Brock Lesnar doesn't matter anymore.
Yep.
Like you said, Brett, it's level in the playing field. Benjamin shelled.
Yeah.
Benjamin is a shell of himself. I can't believe he's so disappointed that the guy who wrestles twice a year took a loss, and you're so defeated by that. Like, he won't show up again this year. He'll show up like twice maybe next year. So I don't know why you're so disappointed in a guy who shows up twice a year. You know, it's 2-3 times a year. He'll still finish with a win percentage of like 66% this year. Like, I don't know what you're so bent out of shape about. Like, he only wrestles 3 times a year, so he picks up a loss here. It doesn't really matter because he's not really around. So it doesn't matter.
The landscape of WWE is forever changed after tonight.
Changed a bit. There's going to be some interesting storylines going forward. Raw and SmackDown will be very, very interesting to watch moving forward. So, other than that, to wrap up kind of our Survivor Series post-show here, Brad pulled it out of nowhere and was able to retain his Never Over World Championship title. His reign was at 56 days. Today it will continue on, which is shocking to say the least because, Benjamin had the title stolen from him.
Yeah.
God, this feels like we're in Montreal, but we're in Belleville, Ontario. Other than that, we had our first ever People's Champion, our Never Overlive People's Champion crowned tonight with Bala and Captain Mushmoo. Both of those guys were able to predict most of the card correctly, so you guys can expect to find your name like down below here in our overlay somewhere moving forward. Haven't really decided where, but we will place it somewhere. You'll see it until TLC, where you guys will have to defend your title. I think that's everything, fellas.
I just also want to say congratulations to the inaugural People's Champions.
Yep.
It was something that we were very excited to share with the Never Over community.
Yeah.
And so, thank you so much for participating in that. Really, really cool. Really great turnout. And make sure that you guys stay tuned for the TLC one. You'll be able to find that link over on our Twitter account at NeverOverLive, just like the Twitch name that you see above us at twitch.tv NeverOverLive. For all of our future live streams, at least for the immediate foreseeable future, you will find us right here on Twitch. We didn't get shut down over the last 2.5 hours, so
good.
I think that
it was just. I think it was a mistake that I think we could talk our way out of.
Yeah.
So it's more
over
or less,
on YouTube anyway.
Yeah, on YouTube.
But we
live
haven't.
streaming.
No, and I'm talking about here on Twitch. We haven't been shut down. The fact that we're in the gaming talk shows channel.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna let that slide. Usually they're pretty good at cutting things off. But so for as it stands right now, at least until February 17th, 2017, keep it locked right here for all of the future WWE.
Wow, February. That's a long time.
That's
90 days.
yeah.
It's not that long. It's 3 months, but make sure you keep it locked right here for all of our WWE live stream viewing parties. But we'll still have content over on the YouTube channel as well. But we'll have links in that all on the Twitch channel once we get that figured out. We just made it tonight for this, so
Yeah.
Is there anything else, fellas?
I don't got anything.
You're just a shell of yourself.
Dude.
I got a lot to say, but
We kind of skipped over it, but do we think anything's going to happen with the Nikki Bella stuff that happened?
Yeah, something will spin out of that. That was kind of weird, but I'm sure something will be said. I don't know if it'll be the Raw
I
side.
think it was
that pulled
just
anything.
I think it was the Raw
What's
side.
with you and the Bellas, Brad? Jesus, you always find a way to
loop them back into the conversation.
Yeah.
I think that it was the Raw side of things. I don't think they'll try and paint it like it was Carmella or anything like that. I think they just wanted to get Natalya into the match as a Canadian and everything like that.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Brad, do you want this opportunity to talk some smack now that you're the inaugural Never Over World Champion?
I don't really think I have to talk some smack. Both of your disappointed faces are saying enough for me right now.
And
I can give you his booking lessons if you want.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You haven't won anything.
You've tied Benjamin the
last
past two. You're getting by.
It's
just on the skin of your teeth.
It
does some double countouts here.
They're hard fights.
Yeah,
Ben
is scrap him out.
The young buck is hungry for a belt.
Yep.
So he's coming hard.
But name of a sex tape.
As a veteran, I stay calm, cool, and collected under pressure, and I've proven to be victorious. What can I say? Nothing else?
Yeah, nothing else.
Yeah, so victorious in the draw.
I win.
Yep.
It's glorious.
Well, with that bombshell, I think we
I won't
can
give in
close this down. Keep a lookout on the Twitter account. The at Never Over Live we'll probably be tweeting about Raw and SmackDown the next couple because
we had a great time tweeting about Raw and SmackDown last week.
Yep.
We had a lot of fun going back and forth with just slamming especially Raw. We had no problem slamming Raw.
And then
it's easy to slam.
Yeah.
Look for our hot tag video. That'll be Wednesday. And then keep tabs for our Wrestle Recap podcast number 5. That will come out on Thursday. So, without further ado, thank you guys for coming over to Twitch here and following us along.
Guys.
We had some technical difficulties, but we worked through it. Survivor Series definitely was a pay-per-view that happened.
It was.
Thank you for tuning in here to Never Over. Have a good night.